is Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player 1. Player 2. Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trevette.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories. In the dictionary: the continent, kidlit, science grab bag, USA, and celebrity siblings. Player 1, start us. It's a 7-letter synonym for majorette, from what she does with her baton. Okay, Player 1. That is correct. Player 1. This enclosed glass container is used to keep plants and small animals, such as turtles and lizards. Yes, Player 1? That's right. Way to go. Player 1. Appropriately, the word volcano comes from the name of this Roman god. It's Player 1. That's it. Please pick again. Let's take it over to Sarah.
In the pronunciation for the word circus, the U is an unstressed vowel and is marked with what looks like an inverted E, called this.
Player 1? Hey, you're right. You get to pick a... The name of this horse breed tells us that it originated in the Perche area of France. Yes, Player 1? That's right. Way to go. Player 1, choose again. Where the Latter-day Saints believe that Zion or New Jerusalem will be built. Let's hear it, Player 2. Hey, you're right. A lot of clues that can be typed using a single row of letters on a standard keyboard. Player 1? You are correct. Player 1, that extends down to about 54 degrees south latitude. It's Player 1. Yep. You get to pick again. With the most countries. Yes, Player 2. That is correct. Player 2. With the first country alphabetically. Yes, Player 1. Right. Player 1, make a selection, please. A game of hide-and-seek leads Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy into this land that's always winter and never Christmas. Player 3? Right you are. Where do we begin? Leroy Brown is the real name of the boy detective with this bookish nickname. Yes, Player 1? Yes. Player 1. This Louise Fitzhugh lass spies on her classmates and writes about them in her secret notebook. Player 1. That's correct. Player 1. In a Francis Hodgson Burnett tale, Mary Lennox tends to the secret this. Let's hear it, Player 3. Correct. Where do we begin? This Kipling lad goes on a Himalayan journey with a Tibetan lama. Okay, player 2. Yeah, good. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 2. These cells from human embryos can grow into any type of tissue and may someday cure diabetes and Alzheimer's. Player 1. Yes. Player 1. Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus are called this type of planet after a Roman god. Player 2. Yep. Okay, let's get back. A material called URHGE can be manipulated into being a resistance-free super this. Let's hear it, player 2. Yes. Player 2. We're not faking. Alphabetically, it's last among the elements on the periodic table. Let's hear it, player 1. Right. Player 1. And here's Kelly.
The two main kinds of lens are diverging and this type, that bends rays of light inward so they meet at the focal point.
It's player 3. That's right. Way to go. Player 3, make a selection, please, as we continue. The name of the ukulele means flea in the native language of this state, where it was introduced by the Portuguese. Yes, player 2. Yes. Player 2. The state nut of Alabama isn't your kooky cousin, it's this thin-shelled pie ingredient. Let's hear it, player 3. That's it. Player 3. Caroling to the animals is a holiday tradition at the Lincoln Park Zoo in this Midwest city. Yes, player 3. Yep. You again, player 3. Its state song says, "Follow the old Kit Carson trail until desert meets the hills." It's player 2. Yes. All right, let's alphabetically. This southern state's counties run from Adams to Yazoo. Okay, player 1. You got it. Player 1, start us. Gridiron stars Peyton and Eli. Okay, player 2. Right. Player 2. Music makers Branford and Winton. Let's hear it, player 1.
Yeah!
That's correct. Okay, let's get back. Answer, the Daily Double. You are currently in the lead. How much? And the Daily Double clue. Actresses Meg and Jennifer. You have maintained your lead. Way to go. Player 1. Filmmakers Joel and Ethan. Okay, player 2. That is correct. And now the $1,000 clue. Figure skaters Sarah and Emily. It's player 3. That is correct. Player 3 will select first in Double Jeopardy right after this. Let's see what happens in Double Jeopardy with these categories awaiting the players. What a TV character. Ethiopian cuisine. Questions from a 1927 quiz book. Compound words. Music class. And science time. Player 3, you start. Well, golly! He left his job and home in Mayberry to join the Marine Corps. Let's hear it, Player 1. You are correct. Player 1. On the Addams Family, he was married to Morticia. It's Player 2. Good for you! Okay, let's get back. Pavel was the first name of this Star Trek character, played by Walter Koenig. Okay, Player 2. That's correct. During a dream sequence, it was revealed that this Richard Dean Anderson character had the first name Angus. Player 1? Right. Player 1? Hardcore fans of Gilligan's Island know that this character's real name is Roy Hinckley. Player 1? That's correct. Player 1. Pick again. Similar to steak tartare, kitfo is a cold ground beef dish that is served this way. Okay, Player 2. Yes. Player 2. Tej is a type of this made with honey. Ethiopians think it was once shared by Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. Player 3. Good for you! Player 3. For Ethiopian meals, coffee is usually served in these small cups, from the French for half cup. Let's hear it, Player 3. Good for you! Select again. Teff, similar to millet, is a type of this that comes from a plant grown in Ethiopia. It's Player 2. Correct. Player 2, make a selection, please. Hector, the first of the 2 daily doubles. You are currently in second place. So, what's your answer? Similar to the Indian ghee, Niter kibe is a clarified spice-infused type of this and is used in many dishes. That's correct. Player 2, pick again. Article 10 of this international organization's covenant implies that an attack on one is an attack on all. Yes, Player 1? You are correct. Player 1? Alfred E. Smith and William Gibbs McAdoo were 2 of the candidates for this party's presidential nomination in 1924. Yes, Player 3? Yes. Where do we begin? This cabinet department is in charge of the enforcement of prohibition. Let's hear it, Player 3. Good for you! Player 3. The Tacna-Arica boundary line dispute involves Chile and this neighbor to the north. Let's hear it, Player 1. Right you are. Player 1. The present presiding officer of the U.S. Senate is this vice president. Player 1. Right you are. Player 1. Pick again. This aromatic herb of the genus Nepeta will drive your feline crazy. Player 1. Hey, you're right. Please pick again. Swallowtail, viceroy, and monarch are types of this insect. It's player 2. Correct. A lot of clues. If you've gone this, you might have said something extreme or fallen from the Queen Mary. It's player 2. That's correct. Player 2. Looking for a needle in one of these is a metaphor for an impossible search. Yes, player 1? That's right. Way to go. Player 1. In days of yore, women sometimes rode in this style, meaning both feet on the same flank of the horse. Yes, player 3? Yes. Player 3, where do we start? On sheet music, this sign identifies the second line of the staff as the G above middle C. Player 1? Right. Player 1, the name of this section of an orchestra comes from the Latin for a beating. Player 1? Right. You get to pick again, and I'll hand it off to Jimmy.
The guitarist here is playing one of these, defined as a combination of 3 or more notes.
It's player 1. Correct. You get to pick again, player 1. Answer. The other daily double. And you're in the lead now. What'll it be? Here is your daily double clue. You may have studied these Chopin pieces whose name is French for studies. Congratulations, you're still in first, player 1. You get to pick again. Rachmaninoff wrote one on a theme of Paganini. Gershwin wrote one in blue. Yes, player 3? Hey, you're right. All right, let's get back into this. Here's Sarah to start us off.
Used to date artifacts, this isotope has 6 protons and 8 neutrons in its nucleus.
It's player 2. That is correct. Where do we begin? Rubbing a balloon builds up electrons that then attract this particle, from the Greek for first. It's player 3. That's correct. Okay, let's get back. Darwin defined it as preservation of favorable variations and the rejection of injurious variations. Okay, player 3. That's correct. Player 3. In food, iodine reacts with this carbohydrate, also known as amylum. If it's present, the iodine turns a bluish-black color. Player 2. Good for you. And now the $2,000 clue. Below the atmosphere is this sphere, from the Greek for stone. It's player 3. You are correct. All 3 of you will participate in Final Jeopardy right after this. Now, Final Jeopardy coming right up right now with this category. 19th century inventions. Please enter your wager. The final Jeopardy clue is, one description of it said, its spokes look like cobwebs. They're after the fashion of those on the newest bicycles. And your response? And this correct response will add how much to your score? And your response? And that correct response will add... Did you come up with the correct response? And this correct response will add how much to your score? You've come out ahead as our champion, Player 3. So long, everybody.